Everybody, Rob Geese here, playing Fallout 4 again now that I'm taking a break from Star Wars Battlefront, and I'm just doing a cool mission here where Nick Valentine and I are going into the memories of Kellogg, the mercenary who was responsible for taking the player character's son in the intro of the game. So now basically we hooked up this cybernetic implant that was in Kellogg's head and hooked it up to Nick, but he's not able to kind of process it. It's just sort of a bunch of random flashes. So he's going to serve as a host for these memories, and just like in The Matrix or something like that, or Inception, I guess, I'm going to, live out or play through his memories, I guess. We'll see what this is about. It's the first time I've seen this. So I'm hoping it's cool, because I just started recording. I apologize if it's not. Alright, what's going on?
Initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there.
Cool.
We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on.
Oh, I wonder if it'll have the memories of them shooting my wife and taking my kid. Basically, we're trying to learn more about the Institute, which is like this weird, shady scientific organization behind
the simulation
synths.
appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary.
Weird.
I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location.
What is going on?
There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
I'm like walking through, like, I don't know, a visual representation of the brainstem or something? Aha, a memory.
Remember, you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove disorienting at first.
Oh.
I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. Yeah, it doesn't matter now, though.
So these are Kellogg's memories. Me is Kellogg, I suppose. So Dad was an asshole, grew up in the Wasteland.
Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole. Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then.
What
Okay.
a joke.
What's it mean, Mom?
Nothing, Connie. People like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep them safe.
Teacher at school said the NCR would bring back the good old days. Like before the big war.
Don't you listen to that twaddle. I'm going to stop sending you if that's what they're teaching you.
I'm going out. Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie. You take this.
What?
You're old enough. You're the man of the family now. It's your job to protect us. Your father's useless, but you won't turn out like him. You're a good boy. And all that on the radio. All useless talk. The only thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hand. You need to learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom.
I have that gun.
Promise.
That's the gun that
Won't
Kellogg
let me down.
was using against me
You've
before I
always
killed
been
him.
my good boy.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence.
This is weird. Gotta give him credit for doing something different in Fallout. Wow. Alright, what's this? Kellogg older? Oh, Kellogg has his own wife, maybe?
The thing about happiness is You only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. Focus on that petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back.
Oh, he had a kid.
By comparison with what comes after.
Or is that my kid?
That you really understand.
No, Mary's there.
That's what happiness felt like.
Okay.
It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
But we don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah. You've got to give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
No, I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kind of green.
I know. But that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Come on, you're great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the she. A lot of standing around looking tough.
Okay. What you got for me, Sarah?
I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer.
They sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this? This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe.
The gun, of course.
I promise.
Okay, what you got, Mary?
Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second.
I know, Connie. I'm sure we're gonna be really happy here.
We are. You'll see. No, it's okay. I got her.
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
Jeez, sure spending a lot of time on Kellogg's life, given that he was only in the game for 2 scenes. Stole my kid, and then we met him and I wrecked him. Now what?
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg?
Maybe he wasn't really a bad guy?
You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you?
What?
Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
So, okay. So he seemed to be like a normal dude trying to survive with his family. They killed his wife and kid, I guess. I'm assuming that's before he went to steal my kid for the Institute, maybe? I don't know. Interesting. I'm intrigued, at least.
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself. I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
If you pay me.
Oh, we'll pay you. And, you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job's done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it? So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's his family. Lives down the creek a ways.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
I wonder if they're referring to our family.
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
So, you're with the Institute.
Got no hair anymore.
I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
Look how fat this armor is.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what... You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were... The first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more, and kept making it better each time. They still
See
give
that?
me the creeps.
Eyeballs are moving, even though it's...
You have to get used to them if you
Everything's
want
supposed to be frozen right now.
People pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I could see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748, initiate.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Manual override.
Oh shit, this is the scene.
Cryogenic stasis.
It should be me in here. Oh, wait.
Vault computers are still working. That's good.
Or here,
Checking
right?
through the logs.
Yeah, that's me.
Hopefully it's all...
That's my wife and kid.
Find him.
Pod C6. Down the hall.
I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders. Guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends. Too bad he left alive the one person he shouldn't have.
Uh-oh. The old man?
Near the end.
I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest. Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive.
Backup? So I'm the backup. The primary is the kid.
No one better. I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but I never like to. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of her.
Mary. He's referring to his baby.
Eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me, and I made sure they knew it. I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. I didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really.
The old man was trying to get the baby, and I'm the backup. I wonder if it's, like, somehow related to me. It must be, right? Obviously. His gun doesn't show up on his actual costume. That kind of sucks.
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
Oh, this is so interesting. Seeing the intro sequence of the game from a different perspective. No.
Is it over? Are we okay?
Almost. Everything's going to be fine.
Come here. Come here, baby.
What am I going to do?
I've got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only going to tell you once.
Oh, come on.
I'm not giving you Sean.
Psycho.
God damn it. Get the kid out of here and let's go. At least we still have a backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
What's the holdup?
I'm almost finished, Kellogg. I just need to confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I found another intact memory.
Of course you did.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, now we start to learn stuff. What happened next? Oh yeah, we were in here. This is his house.
Is that your son?
Yeah, it is.
This appears to be a very recent memory.
Ah, so now we know how old he is.
Wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were.
He's reading surgical
Me and
journals?
the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back.
So my son's a genius.
I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long. This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up.
Piper has really done it this time. I mean, I'm not saying she's right, but Mayor,
So what now? What's the memory?
Kellogg.
Oh shit.
It's okay.
Who's
The
this
new
guy?
breed of synths could easily pass as human.
He's a Terminator unit.
Some of them did. But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines.
Yup, he's a
Pure and
Terminator.
Simple.
Even in glasses.
Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human. I'm just glad they were always on my side. One of these days, you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
What? That's weird. They teleported.
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
Holy shit, he does teleport.
Bye.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
Yeah, I guess that's it, eh? I can just go back to my own thing.
Manual override initiated. Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis.
Alright, well how do I get out of here?
Suspended.
Oh, okay. Just gotta watch the TV screen. Well, that was pretty informative, at least. So I'm assuming we have to go find Virgil and find out what the hell he was working on and why he left the Institute. He may be our only way in.
Slow movement.
And what he was working on.
I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
Am I okay? Are you seeing anything bad?
Don't be alarmed, but I honestly don't know what to look for. As I said before, this is uncharted territory, but your neural and physiological readings have returned to normal. From a medical standpoint, you're fine. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
There's more than one person who knows about the Institute. Virgil, that scientist who escaped.
I didn't know Institute scientists could defect. This changes everything. He could answer all sorts of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea?
Yes, glowing
That can't
sea.
be right. No one would risk going there, not even to hide.
Why is that? Is it all radiation?
What makes the glowing sea so dangerous?
The name says it all. Radiation.
Yep.
So much that nothing there could possibly live. Nothing pleasant. Navigating radioactive hazards is nothing new. But the glowing sea can kill a man in seconds. That's why it doesn't make sense. Virgil fleeing into that hell. The exposure alone.
That's why he's there. To make the Institute think twice about following him.
That must be it. He's using the radiation in the glowing sea like a shield, or a cloak, a way to throw them off and be at an advantage. If Virgil found a way to survive there, you'll have to do the same. If you're going to follow him.
Okay, how do we stop the radiation?
How do I fight that much radiation, Doctor?
There are chemical compounds. Rad-X, Radaway. You'd need as much as you could carry. Maybe more. A sealed environment suit would be great, if you could find one. Or maybe one of those suits of power armor? That would be perfect.
Oh, well, I do have one of those. I have two of those, actually.
I'll find a way to get through the rads. Don't worry.
Good luck. And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Alright, well, I'll find out what Nick has to say, and then, oh, wow. I can take all of her shit. Thank you, Doctor. I would gladly take all of your good stuff. Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, it includes a game. Sweet.
Not enough folks value keeping the old CPU sharp.
The water I can convert into, clean water. I think it's like 3 dirty waters. I can convert into purified water. A bone cutter. I'll stick all this shit just for pieces. Look at all this stuff. You got all sorts of cool stuff. Alright, Nick. Where are you at? Upstairs? We'll find out what he has to say and we'll end it there. Oh, I can't take that. It's not mine. Aha, here he is. What's up, Nick? How you feeling, buddy?
Nick.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. I was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
What? That's yeah, definitely Kellogg's voice.
Kellogg? Is that you?
What? What are you talking about?
You sounded like Kellogg just then.
Did I? Huh. Mari said there might be some mnemonic impressions left over. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going.
We have to head into the glowing sea. Any advice?
I'm a synth, so radiation isn't much of an issue for me, but an old suit of power armor might just be the guardian angel you're looking for. That, or you could buy up all the Rad-X and Radaway you can find from any chem dealer who's got it in stock.
Let's get going, Nick.
Been one heck of a ride so far. Let's see where it takes us next.
I mean, most of the companions I have are humans, but there is that super mutant
I
character.
think we ought to talk.
There's Nick. And, the butler, the robot butler, I think can be a companion as well.
What's wrong?
Wrong? Oh no, nothing's wrong. We've just been traveling a while now, and I figure there hasn't exactly been equitable distribution of information. I've gotten a decent glimpse into your dirty laundry, but you still don't really know a whole heck of a lot about me. I figured I'd offer to balance the board. So, is there anything you want to know?
All right, well, I'll stop it there. Actually, you know what? You probably want to know about Nick. You probably want to know more about Nick, is what I'm trying to say. Nick's a cool character. I mean, from what a lot of people are saying online, he's kind of the most interesting character to keep around because he seems to have a lot of connections and insight into things. So,
what do you remember about the Institute?
It's all pretty hazy from back then, but now and then I get glimpses. Life inside the Institute, they keep you isolated. A single test chamber was my whole world for years, and someone was always watching. Then one day you wake up on the other side, and that's it. They've cut you loose. Welcome to the brave new world, with such people in it.
The reason I'm recording still is because like this whole video seems to be learning more about the Institute and what they're up to, and it seems like he's the most connected to the Institute, so I'll keep this conversation in the same video.
What's with the outfit?
After I started the agency, it just seemed like the sort of thing a detective ought to wear. I got some old memories, pre-war, faded to all heck of guys dressed like this, doing what I do. Putting on the hat and trench coat, and I figured it'd let folks know I was serious about the whole thing. Clothes make the man and all that. Guess I felt they made me the man I wanted to be.
So who are you, Nick?
That's a question I've been trying to figure out myself for a long damn time. I know I'm a synth, authentic Institute handiwork, but I'm still mechanical. Not bioengineered like the fancy synths giving everyone the willies these days. I get tune-ups now instead of checkups. But my memories, my personality, they're all lifted from some cop who volunteered for an experiment back before the war. They scanned his brain and copied it onto the hardware that runs between my ears.
Interesting.
I don't know why they chose to make a robot based on some pre-war cop instead of a math genius or a bioengineer. Hey, maybe that's why the Institute tossed me in the garbage instead of turning me into one of their people snatchers.
Wait, the original Nick was from my time?
Sure was. Which meant when I finally ended up out here, it was quite the rude awakening. I remember waking up one day in a garbage heap, a body in tatters and a head full of memories belonging to a man who'd been dead for 200 years. Suffice to say, it was a confusing couple of weeks. Folks didn't really know much about synths back then, so when I finally ran into people, they mostly treated me with caution rather than hostility. But the kids, they weren't afraid. I think his name was Jim. The first person to actually speak to me after I got the boot from the Institute. My first human contact in this world. Grilled me for an hour. Once they'd seen I wasn't going to hurt anyone, the other folks in the neighborhood came out to ogle the mechanical man. It eventually turned into a pretty swell soiree. A local mechanic even gave me a once-over, free of charge. Those people, they treated me like a human being. I've been trying to return the favor ever since. It's a surprisingly rare trait out here sometimes. It's something I've noticed you got a fondness for. Part of the reason I've stuck around this long.
Nice.
If you're good to people, they'll be good back. That's something I've always believed.
Couldn't agree more. Well, I expect you're about as bored as can be listening to me rattle my skeleton.
No.
Should probably head out.
Oh, I wanted to learn why he looks like junk. Probably just because he was thrown away with the trash. But anyways, there's a little more insight into what we know about the Institute, Kellogg's connection to me and his own history, and why he does the things he does, and how he got hooked up with the Syndicate, and our first big clue for the main storyline and where we're going next, and our next step on our journey to take down the Dirty Syndicate. The people. We also met a Terminator unit, a Courser they call them, who can teleport. So these Syndicate guys have crazy tech. And we got, as a bonus, a little bit more of Nick Valentine's history as well. So he's similar, he has a similar origin story to me. I'm was sort of dead or frozen for 200 years, and so is he. So both of our memories, our personalities are from the olden days, the good old days. So if you want to see what happens next, maybe I'll just keep playing for a while, and if I come across another cool sequence that involves like story and stuff, I'll probably record that too. So share your thoughts on the game, and let me know what you want to see from more gameplay videos on this game in particular in the comments, and just say hi in the comments because I love reading them. So like and subscribe. Until next time, cheers.